days. Don't miss out on giveaways, activations, and, of course, the exciting sound of the home run horn, which may never have been as exciting as when George Springer hit that home run a few days ago. I'm sure the fans wouldn't mind hearing that home run horn here in the bottom of the 6th inning. It's tied at 2 here in Game 1. What a pregame ceremony, by the way. Everything about it.
Incredible. Incredible.
Yeah. Here's Bo Bichette, who has a base hit through the right side and has also grounded into a double play.
His first game since September 6th. And he got a base hit in his first at bat.
Snell falls behind 2-0. He's up into the mid-80s now in pitches. Nobody has been up at any point tonight in the Dodger bullpen. And if you were to ask an objective outside observer, what's the weakest part potentially of this Dodger team? The clear answer is the bullpen.
Yeah, no question about it. And they lost one of their key relievers who is not on this roster, Alex Vesia, tough left-hander that is not active for this series.
John Schneider's been asked a few David versus Goliath questions in the last couple of days, and he says the one thing the Blue Jays cannot do is look across the field and say that's Goliath. He said all teams have flaws. All teams are beatable, and he wants the Blue Jays to have that mindset.
Well, just think about the pitchers that the Blue Jays have beaten in this postseason. Max Fried, Carlos Rodon, George Kirby, Logan Gilbert. They've taken on the best, and they've beaten them.
Bichette draws a walk. Well, here's some of the pitchers and games that Buck was just talking about. Look at what the Blue Jays have done. This is all just in the postseason. Look at what they have done against some really good starting pitchers. And now, and they're hoping to put some numbers up on Blake Snell. And this is really interesting. It's the 6th inning, but it's a tie game. And John Schneider is putting Isaiah Kiner-Falefa in the run for Bo Bichette.
Yeah, and Bo did his job. He got on base twice against Blake Snell, and now Kiner-Falefa will take over.
So maybe a blueprint for how things might go in this series. And here's a base hit through the right side for Kirk. Kiner-Falefa up to second.
Third time that Alejandro Kirk's been on base against Snell. And he walked and then hit a bullet off the fence in right field for a long single. And now he slaps it past the first baseman into right.
And here is some bullpen activity. Emmett Sheehan is up in the Dodger pen, a guy who both started and relieved in the regular season. And Dave Roberts has sent his pitching coach, Mark Pryor, to the mound.
Yeah, it's time to get that bullpen a little bit of time to get loose. Sheehan's been one of the best pitchers, and he was a starter for much of the season. Now he's working out of the pen. Daulton Varsho is the hitter. Remember, he took Blake Snell deep back in the 4th. A 2-run home run to tie this game up.
It's been a long time coming, but boy, has it been worth the wait. And again, so many of the fans who are here in this ballpark, and so many of the Blue Jay fans who are watching coast to coast on TV, many of them, Buck, were not alive or do not remember Joe Carter's home run. Certainly you and I do, but for a lot of people, this is a first-time experience.
Yes, absolutely. A lot of the young fans are experiencing this for the first time. And they're having a blast.
You think there's any chance he tries to bunt for a base hit here?
No.
Nope.
I think he's got a chance to do some more damage.
Takes down and away, ball 1. Of course, when he does it, Varsho generally does it against a lefty because the lefty falls off to the third base side. Varsho likes to bring it with him, kind of push it towards the second baseman.
Well, the defense is playing into his hand for a bunt. Look how deep Freddie Freeman is at first base.
It's there if he wants to try it. But as you say, 2 men on, maybe thinking about damage.
Busting it wide open. I mean, he crushed that low fastball to deep center field his last time up.
And Snell's fallen behind 2-0.
Oh, he had a good cut at that pitch. Snell got away with one right there. That was a curveball that just stayed over the heart of the plate.
Nathan Lucas getting ready. If Emmett Sheehan comes in, that means that guys like Lucas and Barger could be activated and could be in the game fast.
Yep, they come into play.
2-2 on Varsho.
They fought that one off. They got to that four-seam fastball. It's still 96. Snell still has good velo on his heater.
He threw 112 pitches in a division series game against the Phillies, by far the most he has thrown this season. Full count.
Snell only threw 11 regular season games. He had shoulder issues most of the season. He didn't come back until August.
Ernie Clement waits on deck. IKF at second, Kirk at first, nobody out. And fouled off. And they've got him up near 100 pitches before he gets an out in the 6th inning.
He had 10 strikeouts against the Brewers. He's only gotten 4 so far against the Blue Jays, and this is their strength. Put the bat on the ball. Keep the line moving.
Two again. Hit hard but foul down the right field line.
It's got to be frustrating for Blake Snell. He can't put them away. They keep fouling off pitches, keep putting the bat on the ball. Even the lefties.
Another 3-2, and it hit him. Snell hits Varsho with a 96-mile-an-hour fastball, and that loads the bases.
That fastball command has not been there, and that's going to be the last pitch that Blake Snell throws in this ball game. Here comes the skipper, Dave Roberts.
To get a guy who has been pitching as well as Snell has out of the ball game before he gets it out in the 6th is a win for the Blue Jays. Now they take their shot at the bullpen. So a righty coming in from the pen, and that means Addison Barger is in the cage getting some swings in, knowing he may be called into the game soon. That righty is Emmett Sheehan.
Sheehan is 25 years old. He has pitched a couple of times in the wild card series. He actually 1 appearance against Cincinnati, 2 appearances against the Phillies in the division series, and he did not pitch against Milwaukee in the championship series. So he has inherited a sticky situation. Bases loaded and a very good fastball hitter at the plate in Ernie Clement.
What a glorious opportunity for the Blue Jays here in the bottom of the 6th. Grounded foul.
Remember, Clement had a bases loaded situation in Seattle, and everybody was pretty confident that he would at least cash in 1, and he hit that little nubber right in front of home plate. They turned into a double play.
Corners are in, middle infielders are back. And the 0-1. And a base hit into left center. Kiner Falefa in to score. Kirk held at third, and the Blue Jays have their first lead of the night.
And Ernie Clement comes through again. The bottom of the order has been outstanding for this ball club all season long, and especially into the postseason. Breaking ball. Ernie stays on it, and look how he really focuses to go down and get that pitch and hits it past Mookie Betts into center field.
Buck, he is 20 for 45 in October. It's crazy. What an October he is having. And now Nathan Lucas has been announced into the game as a pinch hitter. He'll hit for Miles Straw with a right-hander on the mound in Sheehan. John Schneider wants to add as much as he can to this lead.
Blue Jays players don't even need to be told that they're going into the game. They know exactly the situations they're going to be called upon.
Lucas, a guy who has had a very good October as well. He's hitting .333 in the postseason.
With 7 RBIs.
Yeah, especially had some big hits in the division series against the Yankees. In at third, backed up everywhere else on the infield. Swing and a miss, 0-1.
Only a couple of Blue Jays have previous at-bats against Sheehan.
And quickly 0-2.
This kid's got a good arm. No question about that. He's been one of the best pitchers down the stretch for the Dodgers.
They have moved some starters to the bullpen because they were struggling to get outs from some of their conventional relievers, had some injuries. It's almost like with a couple of strikes, now it's game on when Nathan Lucas gets up there.
Yeah, he is so good at cutting his swing down. He's got a very short swing and a quick bat. In these situations right now, he's just trying to put the bat on the ball and cash in at least one of these base runners.
Kirk is the lead runner. He's at third. Varsho at second. Clement at first. It's high. Ball 1.
What a moment for Nathan Lucas. 10 years in the minor leagues, and here he is in a pivotal at bat in Game 1 of the World Series.
Down and in. 2-2.
This is the first matchup of contact against whiff, and so far the Blue Jays are winning.
Yep. Contact is winning right now. And even though they didn't score in the first, they ran up his pitch count. It was a good start. It was Blue Jay kinds of at-bats that we have seen tonight. 3-2. And we've seen more Blue Jay at-bats here this inning. Andrés Giménez waiting on deck. A run in, the bases loaded, and nobody out. Three-two. Popped up foul. Will it get out of play? It will.
Max Muncy right to the edge of the Blue Jays dugout, just hoping that he would have a play on it, but it hit high on the netting, out of play.
8 pitches and counting in this at bat. Kirk, Varsho, and Clement aboard. The 3-2 again. And it's ball 4 to force in a run. And it is 4-2. This is who they are. This is who they've been. And they've got a 2-run lead.
Everybody on this roster has had a moment all season long, and Nathan Lucas picks up his 8th RBI in the postseason.
Infield in for the Dodgers as Andrés Giménez steps in.
And it's interesting. With Lucas up the plate, they had the infield back trying to get 2. Now they've fallen behind by 2. They can't afford to give the Jays any more runs.
Couple of strikes on Gimenez. Former Blue Jay Anthony Banda is now up at the bullpen for the Dodgers.
They have 4 left-handers down there, but they're missing their best left-hander in Alex Vesia.
Yeah, who is away from the team, a personal family matter. That's all the Dodgers have said, and we wish the Vesia family the best, but not on the roster. A guy who, as you say, would have been their top lefty. Is their top lefty.
Now, here's a situation where Andrés Giménez really came through for the Blue Jays against the Mariners in a couple of different situations. Put the bat on the ball, get it to the outfield.
1-2. He got it to the outfield. A liner into right for a base hit. Varsho is home, and it's 5-2.
They think they can beat anybody. I'm at the bottom of the order once again. Varsho got hit by a pitch. Clement gets a base hit. Lucas draws a bases loaded walk, and Andrés Giménez, another big hit in this postseason for the Blue Jays, picks up another RBI. 5-2 Jays.
Get the starter out of the game and go to work on the bullpen, and that's what they have done tonight. And look at how much fun people are having here at the Rogers Center right now. 3 runs in, the bases loaded, and still nobody out. And now you got the top of the order coming up.
How about Andrés Giménez? What a job he has done in this postseason.
It is 5-2, and here's Springer.
Giménez has 9 RBIs in 12 postseason games.
Grounded to short. Betts has a little trouble getting rid of it. They will force Clement, but that's it. The bases remain loaded. Now 1 down.
Yeah, Mookie might have had a chance to turn 2, but it took him a while to get a grip on the baseball. Springer bounces it to the shortstop, and watch the hesitation. It took him a while to re-grip the ball. He couldn't get a lot on the throw, so all they get is that force out at home.
And now here's Addison Barger to hit for Davis Schneider. Boy, this is interesting. Dave Roberts, and here he comes. I was going to say he can go to Banda. Sheehan has been in long enough, and he will make the move. So John Schneider brings in Barger, and Dave Roberts says, I'll bring my lefty in. It's going to be Banda and Barger when we come back, as Sheehan is lifted from the game. New pitcher for the Dodgers, lefty Anthony Banda.
Yeah, Banda. He pitched a couple of times against Milwaukee in Game 3 and in Game 4. It's a total of an inning and 2/3. Gave up just 2 hits, had a strikeout. He did not make the roster in the wild card series against Cincinnati, but he pitched in Game 3 against the Phillies. Pitched 1 inning and had a couple of strikeouts. Bases are loaded for Addison Barger, the second pinch hitter of this inning.
And a chance potentially to blow it open with a big swing of the bat here in the bottom of the 6th. 5-2. In on the corners, back up the middle. And ball 1.
Banda throws a lot of sliders, especially to left-handed hitters. Addison's got to really hang in there and go right back up the middle against him.
Fouled it back, 1-1. Two balls and a strike. Dodgers led early 2-0. Blue Jays 2 in the fourth, 3 here in the sixth. And a high drive to deep right field. Addison Barger does indeed blow it open with a pinch hit grand slam. What a way to make your World Series debut.
What an inning for the Blue Jays. They send 8 men to the plate and put up a 7 spot against one of the best pitching staffs in baseball.
You're not alone, my friend. A lot of people are saying, can you believe this? But again, this is who they've been. And as you said a few minutes ago, they think they can beat anybody.
How about the 2 pinch hitters in this inning driving in 5 runs? Barger with the grand slam. Patty had a terrific first season playing regularly. And boy, does he make it a good debut in the World Series.
As we have said, he can be a game changer when he is hot. And he got hot about Game 3 of the series against Seattle. And boy, you can't start off a World Series hotter than a pinch hit grand slam.
Take a look at this swing against the left-hander. A pitch up in the zone, and he got it all. A grand slam home run for Addison Barger in his first World Series plate appearance.
Now Guerrero loops one to shallow center. It'll drop. We may find out soon, Buck. I wonder how many people in the history of Major League Baseball have hit a grand slam pinch hit home run in their first ever World Series.
World Series, and what a beautiful swing. That pitch was up about belt high, and he put a great swing on it. He always swings hard, and right there he made the most of that beautiful swing. Another dramatic home run for the Blue Jays in this postseason.
A 7-run inning. And it all started with a walk by Bo Bichette, who was then lifted for Isaiah Kiner-Falefa, who's now at the plate.
9-2. Blake Snell came into this game as the hottest pitcher in the postseason. The Blue Jays put a 5 spot on him.
The bat of Kiner-Falefa, but tracking back is Kike Hernandez, and he'll make the catch for the second out.
This is a great view right there. That breaking ball stayed on the inside part of the plate, and Addison Barger electrified this crowd at Rogers Center.
We talked about the game plan. Get the starter out as quickly as you can. Take your shots against the bullpen. Mission accomplished here in Game 1. Still a ways to go, but what a monster inning. And now Kirk lifts one to left center. This is tagged well. Gone! It is 11-2.
And 9 RBIs for Alejandro Kirk in this postseason. The Blue Jays have out-homered their opponent consistently in the postseason.
They got 3 of them here tonight. Varsho Barger, and now Kirk. It's a 9-run inning. And Dave Roberts and the Dodgers have to be stunned by this turn of events. Varsho with a pop-up, shallow left. Betts gives way to Hernandez. The inning is finally over. But listen to the roar, and Addison Barger, Alejandro Kirk responsible for a lot of that. What an inning for the Blue Jays. Barger comes off the bench and in his World Series debut hits a pinch hit grand slam. Kirk with a 2-run shot, and it's a 9-run lead.